Hello, I am Guru Prasad Upadhyay, HOD, Department of Mathematics, Canara Engineering College, Bandwan. So, in this lecture, I am going to discuss the complex integrations, that is in 18 Mat 41, complex analysis and probability and statistical method. So, second module of the 18 Mat 41. In the third lecture, I am going to discuss complex integration. Indefinite integration of analytic functions. Let f z be analytic in a simple connected domain D. That means in that domain D, the function is analytic function. Then there exists an indefinite integral of f of z in the domain D. That is an analytic function f of z, capital F of z, such that its derivative is this small f of z in D. And for all paths in D joining 2 points z0 and z1 in D, we have integral z0 to z1 f of z dz equal to capital F of z1 minus capital F of z0. So it is similar to the integrations in real variable. But before applying this concept, you must know this f of z must be analytic, and you must find on the analytic function capital F of z such that its derivative is this small f of z. Then only you can apply this rule. Examples: integrate z square dz from 0 to 1 plus I. And we know that z square is an analytic function, and we can find an analytic function z cube by 3, its derivative is z square. Therefore, we can apply this for any path from 0 to 1 plus I. Take any path, that integral value is nothing but z cube by 3 from 0 to 1 plus I. So it is nothing but 1 plus I whole cube by 3. You know that a plus b whole cube or 1 plus x whole cube is 1 cube plus 3 into x plus 3 into x square plus x cube. Therefore, it is 1 plus 3 into I plus 3 into I square, that is minus 3 plus I cube. I cube is minus I. 1 minus 3 is minus 2, 3i minus I is 2i. Therefore, minus 2 plus 2i by 3. So, in any path from 0 to 1 plus I, integral of z square is minus 2 plus 2i by 3. One more example: integrate cos z dz from minus pi I to pi I. And we know that the derivative of sin z is cos z. Therefore, integral of cos z in this interval is sin z. So, lower limit is minus pi I and upper limit is pi I. Therefore, sin pi I minus sin minus pi I. We know that sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. Therefore, it is sin pi I plus sin pi I to sin pi I. And we know that the formula sin I z is I sin hyperbolic z. Just remember these formulas. Cos I z is cos hyperbolic z, but sin I z is I sin hyperbolic z. And hence it is I into 2 sin hyperbolic pi. And 2 sin hyperbolic pi is nothing but 23.097. That's from using calculator, you can find the value. So the answer is 23.097 I. Now, integration by using the parametric equation of the path. Suppose path is given, and if f of z is not analytic, then along the path, find the parametric equation of the path and then integrate. That means the complex line integral of a complex function f of z from z1 to z2 along a curve C is defined by integral f of z dz over c is nothing but integral of u dx minus v dy over c plus I into integral v dx plus u dy over c. Here f of z is u plus iv, dz is dx plus I dy. When you multiply, you will get u dx plus iv into I dy, that is minus v dy, because I square is minus 1, and then u into I dy and iv into dx. Take I outside, so u dx plus u dy, v dx plus u dy, the imaginary part. So integrate these two separately along the curve C and find the parametric equation of the curve C. That means either x is in terms of y or y is in terms of x or x and y in terms of some parameter. Then integrate this. This is how we can integrate along the curve C. Properties of line integral. Now, integral of f of the dz over minus c. Minus c denotes the curve traversed in reverse direction of that of c. That is nothing but minus of integral c f of the dz. C is the given direction, minus c is the reverse direction. Then you can write minus of integral c f of the dz. Suppose c is split into the different curves c1, c2, c3 and so on. Then integral over c is nothing but integral over c1 plus integral over c2, like that, f of the dz. So you can split the curves. Examples. Evaluate the line integral z from 0 to 1 plus I. The function is x square minus iy. Integrate with respect to z dz along the straight line y equal to x. This is the first question, and second question, along the parabola y equal to x square. Here f of z is not analytic, therefore in two different paths the integral values are different. Now along the straight line y equal to x, dy is dx. Dy is dx. The question is from 0 to 1 plus I. 1 plus I means x coordinate is 1, y coordinate is also 1, 1 comma 1. Here z0 means 0 plus I0, that means x and y are 0, 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1. Along this curve y equal to x, dy is dx. Therefore the integral becomes, substitute y is x, y equal to x, then x square minus ix, dz is dx plus I dy, dy is dx, therefore dx plus I dx, take dx outside, 1 plus I, and z from 0 to 1 plus I is nothing but x from 0 to 1, x varies from 0 to 1, that's all. Because you are converting y in terms of x, that is parameter, so y equal to x, dy is dx, therefore here simplify this, x square into 1 minus ix into I, that is minus I square x, that is x plus x, I square is minus 1, therefore it is plus 1, so x square plus x, that is real part. Imaginary part is x square I minus ix, means take I outside, x square minus x into I dx. Now integrate with respect to x and limit it from 0 to 1. Integral of x square with respect to x is x cube by 3. Integral of x is x square by 2. Just substitute that. X square integral x cube by 3, x integral x square by 2 and into I. Limit of x is from 0 to 1 means upper limit is 1, lower limit is 0. Therefore 1 by 3 plus 1 by 2, that is real part. 1 by 3 minus 1 by 2, that is imaginary part. Therefore answer is 5 by 6 minus 1 by 6i, or 5 minus 1 I divided by 6, 5 minus I by 6. Second one is along the parabola y equal to x square. Along the parabola y equal to x square, dy is 2x into dx. Dy is 2x into dx. Therefore, you are integrating the given function along this parabola y equal to x square from 0, 0 to 1, 1. Now, x varies from 0 to 1, same logic, and y is nothing but x square, replace y by x square, dz is dx plus I dy, dy is 2x dx. Therefore, take dx outside, 1 plus 2ix into dx, 2x dx, 2ix, x square into 1 minus ix square into 2ix, so it becomes 2, I square is minus 1, minus minus plus 1, so 2x cube plus x square, real part, 2x cube plus x square. Imaginary part is x square into 2ix is 2x cube minus x square into 1 is minus x square into I. Now integrate this with respect to x. X cube integration is x power 4 by 4, cancel 2, therefore x power 4 by 2 plus x cube by 3. Imaginary part, x power 4 by 4 means cancel 2, x power 4 by 2 minus x cube by 3 into I. Limit is from 0 to 1. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, that is 5 by 6. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3, that is 1 by 6. Therefore, it is 5 plus I by 6. The required answer is 5 plus I by 6. Along the parabola, integral value is 5 plus I by 6, and along the straight line it is 5 minus I by 6. One more example. Evaluate the line integral from 0 to 2 plus I z bar whole square, that is conjugate of z whole square dz, along the straight line y equal to x by 2. And one more question, along the real axis to 0, that means from 0, 0 to 2, 0 along the real axis, along x axis, and then vertically from 2, 0 to 2, 1. Finally, you will reach 2 plus I, z equal to 2 plus I, that is 2 comma 1. This is the second question. The first question, the straight line y equal to x by 2 means x is 2y, therefore dx is 2 dy. X equal to 2y, y equal to x by 2 means x is 2y, dx is 2 dy. Therefore, write x in terms of y. The question is from 0, 0 to 2, 1. Along this line, you are integrating x equal to 2y. This is the line, straight line, x equal to 2y, or y equal to x by 2. Now, y varies from 0 to 1. Y varies from 0 to 1. So, in between 0 to 1, y coordinate of this z is 1. Therefore, you are integrating from 0 to 1. Z bar is x minus iy, z is x plus iy, its conjugate is x minus iy, so it's square into dx plus I dy. Now substitute x equal to 2y and dx is 2 dy. Therefore, it becomes, take y outside. When you take y outside, here square is there, so it becomes y square. Here dy take outside. So y square dy into 2 minus I whole square into 2 plus I. Here y is taken outside, here square is there, so it becomes y square 2 minus I whole square into 2 plus I into dy. And integrate this from 0 to 1. 2 minus I whole square is 4 minus 1, because I square is minus 1. So 4 minus 1 is 3 minus 4i. 3 minus 4i into 2 plus I. So 6 plus 4, 10 minus 5i. 10 minus 5i into y square dy. Integral of y square is y cube by 3. Upper limit is 1. Therefore, this becomes 1 by 3. Take 5 common outside. 5 by 3 into 2 minus I. 5 by 3 into 2 minus I. So, along this straight line, the integral value is 5 by 3 into 2 minus I. Since z bar is not analytic, therefore, we are having different integral values for these two curves. If this function is analytic, then along any curve, the integral values are equal. Since it is not analytic, you will get different values. Now, second one is from 0, 0 to 2, 0. That means real axis to 2. Along the real axis up to x equal to 2, 0, 0 to 2, and then 2 to 2 plus I. Vertically. 2 plus I means like this. So, that is the second one. Along the real axis, y coordinate is 0 because x axis is nothing but y equal to 0 and dy is also 0. And along the vertical line, that means x is 2. For any y, x is 2, vertical line. Dx is 0. Since x is constant, dx becomes 0. Question is, integrate from 0 to 2 along C1 and then 2 to 2 plus I. That means 2 comma 0 to 2 comma 1. That is along C2 vertically. Therefore, integral over C is nothing but integral over C1 plus integral over C2. Here, substitute C1, z bar is x minus iy whole square, dz is dx plus I dy. Now, along C1, y is 0, y coordinate is 0, dy is also 0. Therefore, x square dx along C1, it becomes x square dx, and x varies from 0 to 2, x from 0 to 2, x square dx. And along C2, y from 0 to 1, upper limit of y is 1, and x is 2, x is constant, x is 2, minus iy whole square, dx is 0 into I dy. 2 minus iy whole square, 2 square is 4, I square is minus 1, y square. So, 4 minus y square into I, that is imaginary part, and real part is minus 4iy into I, that is 4y. So, 4y is real part, imaginary part is 4 minus y square into I. Integrate from 0 to 1. And we know that the integral of x square is x cube by 3 with respect to x, and limit is from 0 to 2. 4 into integral of y is y square by 2, cancel 2, therefore it becomes 2y square. Integral of 4 is 4y, y square integration is y cube by 3, limit is from 0 to 1. Here upper limit is 2, 2 cube is 8, 8 by 3 plus 2 into 1, 8 by 3 plus 1, 8 by 3 plus 2 plus 4 minus 1 by 3 into I. So, 4 minus 1 by 3, that means 12 minus 1, that is 11 by 3. So, 8 plus 6 by 3, that is 14 by 3. So, 14 plus 11i by 3. So, this is the required answer along this curve C. C means C1 plus C2 along these two curves togetherly. Therefore, answer is 14 plus 11i by 3. One more example. Evaluate z from 1 minus I to 2 plus 3i, z square plus z plus into dz along the line joining the points 1 comma minus 1 and 2 comma 3. Here we can solve this into different methods, either substitute the parametric equation of x or substitute the parametric equation of y. That means y in terms of x or x in terms of y. Now first you find the equation of this straight line joining 1 minus 1 and 2 3. Here a is 1 minus 1 and b is 2 3. To find this equation, y minus y1 equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. y2 minus y1, it becomes 4, x2 minus x1 is 1, therefore slope is 4, y minus minus 1, that is y plus 1 equal to 4 into x minus 1. So that is the equation, 2-point form, equation of the straight line. 4x minus or minus 1, that is minus 5, y equal to 4x minus 5, dy is 4 dx. So you can discuss this in two different methods. One is by substituting the x value in terms of y or y value in terms of x. Here y varies from minus 1 to 3, x is nothing but y plus 5 divided by 4. Therefore, I am going to substitute for x, then dx is dy by 4. Y varies from minus 1 to 3. Now x plus iy whole square is x square minus y square plus, here real part here x, imaginary part is 2xy plus y, 2xy plus y into I, and dx plus I dy. Now replace x by y plus 5 by 4, dx by dy by 4. X square y plus 5 by 4 whole square minus y square plus x, that is y plus 5 by 4, plus 2 into x, x is y plus 5 by 4 into y plus y into I, dx is dy by 4, therefore 1 by 4 plus I into dy. See, after simplification, so it becomes minus 47 by 64 y square minus 105 by 32 y plus 45 by 64 plus imaginary part is minus 13 by 16 y square plus 7 by 4 y plus 45 by 16 I into dy. So you can verify this. So that is after simplification you will get this one. Now integrate with respect to y. Here y square integration is y cube by 3, here y square by 2, here y. Same logic here, y cube by 3, y square by 2 and y. So after integrating this, apply the limit from minus 1 to 3. Upper limit is 3, lower limit is minus 1. Just substitute in calculator, you will get the answer. The real part is minus 103 by 6 and imaginary part is 32 by 3. So minus 103 by 6 plus 32 by 3 I. So this is along the straight line integral values. But since z square is analytic, along the straight line value is nothing but, that means at in any path the integral value is direct one. Just by finding its integration, z square integration is z cube by 3 plus z integration is z square by 2, and just apply the limit. In one step you will get the answer, the same answer. Using the calculator you can simplify this. So you can apply this rule if this f of z is analytic, then only. But the question is along that curve means do by this method only, previous method. Okay. Now one more question, evaluate integral over c 1 by z dz, where c is the unit circle with the center at 0. Center 0 means origin. Z equal to 0 means x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is 0. So center is at origin and radius of the circle is 1. Now how we can integrate 1 by z? Here parametric equation of the circle C is center is 0, z minus 0, radius is 1, therefore z can be written as 1 into e power it. T varies from 0 to 2 pi. Z equal to e power it. R is 1, radius is 1. Then dz is, with respect to t derivative, dz by dt is I e power it. Therefore, I e power it into dt, dz is. And hence, integral over c 1 by z dz is integral from 0 to 2 pi. T varies from 0 to 2 pi. Z is e power it. Dz is I e power it dt. Just by substituting the parametric equation of the circle. E power it cancels, I remains. Take I outside. Integral of 1 with respect to t is t. Upper limit is 2 pi. Therefore, 2 pi I. Answer is 2 pi I. So, this is the result. We can solve this by another method, that is in fourth. After the fourth lecture, I am going to discuss this. In the fifth lecture, I am going to discuss this by using theorem also. Okay. The same type, one more question. If C is a circle with center A and radius R, then show that integral over C z minus A whole power n into dz is 2 pi I if n is not equal to minus 1, 0 if n is not equal to minus 1. Along the curve C, the parametric equation is z equal to A plus R e power it. R is fixed here, not the variable R, constant, radius fixed. Z minus A is mod z minus A is R. Therefore, z minus A can be written as R e power it. T varies from 0 to 2 pi. And hence z is A plus R e power it. Dz is derivative of A is 0, R constant, I e power it. R into I e power it into dt, that is dz. And hence, this integral is nothing but 0 to 2 pi z minus A is R e power it power n whole power n, z minus A power n into dz I R e power it dt. Now you take I outside, R power n, that 1, R power n into R power 1 means R power n plus 1, that also you can take outside, it is constant. 0 to 2 pi, t varies from 0 to 2 pi, e power I into it whole power n, e power it whole power n means e power I n t, e power it, or I into n plus 1 t. And you know that e power I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta. Therefore, e power I n plus 1 t is cos n plus 1 t plus I sin n plus 1 t. If n is not equal to minus 1, if n is not equal to minus 1, then cos of n plus 1 t, t varies from 0 to 2 pi, that is full 1 period, sin also in full 1 period. Therefore, upper limit value and lower limit values are same, therefore this integral value is 0 if n is not equal to minus 1. And hence it is 0 if n is not equal to minus 1. This integral is 0 because the 1 period 0 to 2 pi integral of cos or sin, their limits values are same in that period, full period. Upper limit value and lower limit values are same, therefore it becomes 0. Integral is 0. 0 into I r power plus 1 is 0 if n is not equal to minus 1. Suppose n is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 becomes 0. Cos 0 is 1. Sin 0 is 0. This part becomes 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. And here r power minus 1 plus 1, r power 0 is 1. Therefore, I into integral 0 to 2 pi 1 dt. So, integral of 1 is t, upper limit is 2 pi, therefore 2 pi I if n is equal to minus 1. Therefore, if n is not equal to minus 1, its value is 0. If n equal to minus 1, the value of integral is 2 pi I. That is the required answer. I hope you got the idea of this line integral. But we have one more theorem. Cauchy's theorem and Cauchy's integral formula to evaluate the integral of some non-analytic functions with some singular points. Okay, the theory part that I am going to discuss in the fourth lecture. Thank you for watching this.